everybody, welcome back to another episode of GivReads. My name is Andrew Givler, and this is where I give you reads. Well, today, I'm not doing that, but it was a cute name, so here we are. If you're new around here, I'm an author, YouTuber, booktuber. I still haven't figured out what the proper order of that is, but, and this is my channel where we talk about my reading, my writing, storytelling, everything in between, whatever catches my fancy. Today, we're doing something that I do for every book, which is where I go through and read reviews you guys left on books that I wrote. So if you're not familiar, I read an urban fantasy series called The Debt Collection. The first book is called Soul Fraud. The second book is called Dandelion Audit, or as Biffle likes to say, Dandelion Idiot. But maybe the real idiot is me for writing it. And book 3 is called Star Summit. Book 3 came out a while ago. I got really busy. I didn't go through the reviews. We're gonna do that today. Now, before I do that, I have just one little caveat, but I'm gonna do some YouTuber stuff first. Hit the like button if you like these kind of videos, okay? Also hit the subscribe button. Help me grow this channel. It's a great way to stay in touch, learn about when I'm doing new books, doing new cool stuff. This is where it'll be. Before I dive into this review, I want to say one thing. I don't recommend that every author do this. I've been making my living off the internet for 12 years. Nothing anybody says hurts my feelings, okay? So some authors really don't like reading reviews because, I mean, your book's your baby, right? I would say that in the history of my entire author career, I have read 2 reviews that irritated me. And both of them were because I felt like the person was being deliberately mean rather than genuinely interacting with anything, right? If you don't like my story, that's fine. I felt like the people were kind of lying in their reviews, but even so, whatever, it's the internet. What are you gonna do? So I like to do this because I like to get better, I like to get feedback, and then I like to see what you guys have to say. The second thing is, the reminder about all of this is it's all in good spirits, it's all in good fun. I'm an indie author. I publish these books myself, I pay for the covers, the editing, everything. One of the best ways you can help if you enjoy is leaving a review. Seriously. On Amazon, Soul Fraud has over almost 750 reviews, but then the other ones, Dandelion Audit and Star Summit, have both under 250 reviews. Now that's not uncommon, but at the same time, if you read book 1 and you reviewed it, and then you read book 2 and 3 and still enjoyed it, review them too, please. It really, really helps. Book 4 is coming out soon. That's the final announcement. By the time this drops, you will be able to pre-order both the Audible and the Kindle edition of Death Tax, book 4 of this. The link will be in the description below. Go grab it. It comes out at the end of the month, September 24th. I'm really excited to get this one in your hands. Now let's see what you guys have to say about Star Summit. Okay, so at the beginning, the rule here is we're actually here to see like the negative stuff, right? Well, it inevitably turns out to be really nice because you guys are really nice to me, but let's see what happens. Star Summit has a 4.7, which means you get 4.5 stars on Amazon, because anything under 4.8 turns out to 4.5 stars, which is fine. Doesn't hurt my feelings at all. It's weird. It's interesting to me. Dandelion Audit actually has 5 stars, so I guess you guys like Dandelion Audit a little bit more. I guess that makes sense. Actually, it just depends. If you like a mystery, Dandelion Audit's a little bit more of a mystery. This is a little bit more of an action, I would say, but do I like Dandelion Audit more than Star Summit? I'm not sure. I like Death Tax more than all of them, so it doesn't matter. Okay, so let's go to the 1 stars and see if anybody left anything for me to say. Nope, there is 1 star, and they did not leave a review. So, such is life, okay? 2 stars. There is 1 2-star, and they did not leave a review. Okay, 3 star probably will kick into 6 3 stars, no reviews. Weird. I actually remember there being a 1-star review that had a... Okay, whatever. All right, well, I guess we'll go to 4. See, this is what I mean. It inevitably starts to be far too nice. But don't worry, we'll go to Goodreads after this, and we'll see they're meaner on Goodreads. You guys are meaner on Goodreads, but that's fine. And then we'll go to Audible. Also, remember, that's another place. If you listen to it on Audible, you can leave a review on Audible. Please, this is a sellout. This is a sellout video. Please, please. Okay, 3 stars. Okay, well, the first one we're going to read says, good job, sick. No, this is 4 stars. Sorry. I'm 13 years old. Started reading the book when I was 12. I love the book series. I'm so excited for the next book called Death Tax. Coming soon. Books always keep me hanging. It left me on a cliffhanger. I can see the adult side of the book and the kid side that makes it for teens. That actually makes me really happy. I grew up reading books that were like above my reading age, right? But I think that I think there's a way to write a book that everybody gets something out of. And so when parents message me and say that they like reading it with their kids and they both enjoy it, that's awesome to me. That's actually like a thing I'm trying to do. So I love that. I loved reading. It took me 2 weeks to read it. I loved all of it. My favorite part is when the dragons chase him. That's a good part. I enjoyed that part too. This is also a different book genre that I read. I wish there was more action with the hunt more than just the dragons. I would also like to see more than just one person on the book cover. Do people keep saying that? Here's the thing that's tricky about that, and maybe we'll do at some point, is the guy who, like Matt on the cover, is a real guy, right? So we have to find a model for each of these people, get them to come in, get photographed, then get turned into the painting by brilliant Chris McGrath. So we would have to find somebody who looks like Alex and Orion. That's stressful, but maybe one day. Hank said, really good. In using deception and evil things to get an almost perfect conclusion. However, if it was really perfect, that would be the end of the story. It is certainly not the end. It was never intended to be the end, Hank. Don't worry. I know what the end of the series is. You do not want this to be the end of the series. Jeannie Mason said, I don't know how you still had many grammar and spelling mistake marked after it was fully released. I would love to be a beta reader on the series. It's the best I've ever read. Granted, I've only read 5, but I'm normally not so drawn in by a book. I'm not aware of many grammar and spelling mistake, but grammar being misspelled. If you find some, feel free to send them in. You can send them to my author submission form on my website. We can fix them. But we did a lot of editing, so I'm not aware of any. I have not been sent a single typo from Star Summit. Soul Fraud in the beginning, Soul Fraud had a bunch, and people sent me that, and that's been fixed quietly. I think Dandelion Audit only had like 1 or 2 that people have ever sent me. Star Summit, nobody sent me anything. Gabrielle Turner said, it ends in a cliffhanger. It's really good, but I'm really freaking mad because it ends with a cliffhanger. See, I love reviews. They just make me laugh. It does. No, it doesn't end with a cliffhanger. I actually really don't think that's what a cliffhanger is. It ends with a change, but it's not a cliffhanger. And you'll see what I mean. Kindle Customer, my favorite, gave it 4 stars and said, this book is a great sequel to the other books. It's fast-paced, but still detailed, so you don't miss anything. Like Dandelion Audit, there's tension building for the entire story, but not in the same way. Dandelion Audit has a mystery that resulted in an all-out brain when it was solved. Star Summit has anger and fear from every character except Orion, and is used to show how bad the I love this. How bad the impending danger is. Once the final fight begins, it is more of a fair fight than it has been for the last 2 books because everyone in the story knew it was coming. But there's still a twist causing everyone to rush to the battle to stop something from happening before there are major consequences. The ending is exactly what you expected to be, but what has a major twist set up for the future. I can't wait what happens in the next book because this book was great, and I have some theories that I know all the readers would want to see in Death Tax. Oh man, I'm very excited about Death Tax because I think nobody's really predicted what it's going to be, and that's going to be funny. Oh, is my food here? So, like I said, also, these are not hard to do because the meanest comment was, you have some grammar mistakes. Okay. Writing books are hard. I don't know. So, this does pad my ego a lot. Let's see what the 5 stars are, just to really make me happy. Elizabeth says, Star Summit is the latest and greatest in the Debt Collection series. The character and world-building aspects of these books keep getting better. I'll take that. I am loving these books and the relationships that are continuing to grow throughout. Exciting, fun, and heartfelt. My teenage son and I are both deeply invested and looking forward to the series continuation. That's actually one of my favorite things. I love that. That makes me so happy. Okay, cool. Well, Elizabeth, I hope you and your teenage son continue to have fun with book 4. Iris L says, the Hunt's judgment hurts, but in a good way. I read Soul Fraud, and I enjoyed the premise and wasn't all too shocked at the ending. Fair. It's not a twisty one. It's a setup one. I read Dandelion Audit, was surprised at the twist, but not too upset. I finished the Star Summit and was screaming internally about the judgment of the Hunt. Just wait. Oh, man. The next couple of books are going to be really fun. Givler does a phenomenal job at continuing the world building in the Debt Collection. The events continue to unfold in a way that makes you uncover the secrets to the plot as Matt does. I appreciate seeing the growth in the characters without it seeming too forced in order to show they've changed. After the last book, I forgot that Violet was even in the conversation. Even though Ash's and Matt's relationship has been built on awkward circumstances, their interactions in this book give hope that it may be okay in the end. I will never look at dragons and Polaris the same. Thanks, I guess. That's what, oh man, that's such a nice review. Oh, you're gonna like book 4 a lot. Mark A. Carter. This is just my ego. Can you see my head just growing? Nico, make my head explode. Star Summit is the 3rd installment in the Debt Collection novel series, which continues to be as captivating as the first 2. Matt Carver, along with his friends Orion and Alex and his betrothed Ash, continue their adventures in finding a way to retrieve his soul from the devil. They are all invited to the Constellation Congregation where new adventures begin. Andrew Givler continues to deliver a strong, well-written story that's fun to read. He shows excellent skill in developing his characters and continues the story in an entertaining way. I highly recommend the new book Star Summit as well as the original 2 books Soul Fraud and Dandelion Audit. My ego is out of control. Okay, we gotta go read some mean reviews, dude. I thought there were some mean ones. Okay, yeah, let's go to Goodreads and see if people are meaner to me there. Okay, I said people were meaner on Goodreads, but it actually has the same rating, 4.75. Amazon doesn't do middles, so like, right, Amazon's 4.7, 4.75, that's basically the same. But there is a 1 star, so we'll start with the 1 star. What do you got for me? Okay. In one word, convoluted. Seriously, too much going on in one book, too many plot twists and turns, it had no real focus on anything, let alone him getting anywhere. Okay. Like I said, you're allowed to not like stories. That's how it goes. I have plenty of stories I don't like. Fair enough. 2 stars. There is not a single 2-star review. Okay? 3 star. What do we got here? Nobody left any comments. People are being so nice. Now we have to go read more nice comments and my brain is going to explode. Honestly, if it makes you feel any better, I'm joking about my ego getting huge, but also, I kind of don't like it when people are nice to me, so this makes me uncomfortable. Bo Herman says, gotta say, great book. Honestly, my favorite so far. I did get an arc, so I got it early. I'm only giving it 4 because of a gripe I have with a single character. Spoilers ahead, so stop now if you don't want them. To begin, why did you make Sagittarius such an a-hole? On behalf of myself and all the other Sagittariuses out there, I must leave a review of 4. That's the funniest reason ever to get 4 stars. Okay. Also, Sagittarius is a centaur. You got Gemini with the 2 people right, but how did you not make Sag a centaur? That's actually a great question. And the answer was that had repercussions I didn't feel like dealing with. But also, how do you know for sure Sagittarius can't also be a centaur? Just because she appeared human-like in that moment, she's got a little bit of power. You're making conclusions. To be more specific about which centaur Sagittarius opposite compared to Chiron, or Chiron? Chiron? Okay. There's a weird way to pronounce Chiron, and I always do it wrong. The trainer of ancient Greek mythological heroes such as Jason or Heracles. Hercules is the Roman form before you get mad at me. Or Perseus. Whatever. I know in the book it's different, but that's the only gripe I had. Thank you for the book. Can't wait for Dead Tags. Hopefully I get another arc. Keep up the good work. That's so funny. Evan said this book was a really great addition to the deck collection. It did feel a bit rushed for the pacing, but otherwise it was an amazing read. I'm so excited for Death Tech. Fair enough. It's very fast. Because it's set across those 3 days, there's not a lot of time in between things. I started to write some things that slowed it down a little bit, but they didn't feel right to me. So I kept it moving quickly. And I would say all the deck collection books move quickly. Dandelion, Soul Fraud's is the slowest one, and that's because Matt didn't have as much to do. But on all the other ones, he has a lot more responsibilities to juggle at this point, which really means that it's hard for him to slow down. When the books always take place at a moment where there's this intersection, right? The things come to a head, things are about to go bad. And in those moments, Matt, Orion, and Alex, they're not the type to sit back and be like, I need a breather. They're like, you know what? We gotta solve problems. So that's sort of how that ends up that way. But you are correct that it's fast. It moves quickly. If you don't like that, fair enough. And now 147 5-star reviews. That's very nice of you guys. Robbie Poitevin left a review that's longer than the book. This book is so good. This book continues Matt's journey through this amazing world Andrew's made that puts a unique twist on mythology. I was blown away with how far this book has taken the series. Sorry, if I can just for a moment, I think that Star Summit's my favorite because of that. Dandelion Audit kind of Soul Fraud starts here, and Dandelion goes like this, and Star Summit goes like this, and Death Tax is going to go like this. And I really like getting to show you guys the bigger picture of everything that's going on. So I think Star Summit's my favorite for that. Each time I open this book up, I struggle to put it down. Every single thing about this book expands on the previous one and goes beyond what I thought possible. Every twist and turn, I found myself clueless on what could possibly end up happening, and usually I'm really good at guessing what happens. Boom. Now let's get into the characters. Dawn is one of the characters introduced last book. I could tell it's so much potential. That potential was not wasted in the slightest. I love Dawn, dude. She's so mysterious and so menacing. She's such a well-written character. Let's see, what else? So, he likes how Alex is going on. He's like the Connor and Violet were back. Nika, you like Nika, and you feeling she's going to be very important in the next book? I can neither confirm nor deny. The story itself is a masterpiece, although Dandelion Audit is my favorite so far. Fair enough. I mean, you can't be mad about that. This one's just barely under it. I love all the side plots that went alongside the time manipulation, the Mav murder plot, the confrontation with the police. It's all so good. Don't even get me started on the ending. I was shocked. How could you make us wait a whole year on that cliffhanger? Hopefully you can have some extra deck collection content in the meantime. Well, it's not quite a whole year, to be fair, because Star Summit came out in November. We're coming out in September. I made you wait 9 months. You'll probably have to wait that again. I'm sorry. I'm going to do my best, but we're going to get it to you soon. My longtime moderator, Rachel, wrote a review, and I know it's really nice because Rachel's just the nicest human in the world. So, gosh, these you guys have written such nice things. Oh, I'm just melting. No one is mean to me. This is crazy. Even the mean reviews, the Soul Fraud has some meaner reviews, and it's not as good a book, right? So I think that's fair. It's the first book I ever wrote. What are you gonna do? Rachel says the authors clearly become comfortable with the narrative style of the series, and I would consider the technical aspect of writing to be on par with Dandelion Audit, if not slightly improved. I got a lot better between book 1 and book 2. I'm not gonna lie. I agree with that entirely. Nate said, I received an art copy for this book. I didn't think I could have managed to wait the extra few weeks for the to release. From the little jokes, I probably don't need therapy, and the constant sarcasm to the character and story building, it was damn near impossible to put down. I literally stopped halfway through another book I was reading when I received the art. Near the end of this book, I kept seeing how the story is building and realizing that I'm going to have to find some way to get through the next few months for the next book to come out. I started panicking. I started reaching a building point of action and looked down and saw the 99% completed and panicked. Absolute 100 out of 10 read. All right, well, we'll take that. Okay, everybody's been way too nice. Let's go to Audible. Surely they're mean on Audible. Okay, they're not mean on Audible at all. Overall, it has a 4.9 out of 5, with both performance and story also getting a 4.9 out of 5. There is no 2 or 1 star review, just a 3-star review, which does not appear to be a comment. Best book from the Deck Collection series yet, says the 4 stars. Okay, 5 stars only then. You know what? Let's see. Brenda Biddle says, what is happening? This was chaos delivered in the best way. I love seeing and meeting even more heroes and hearing bits about their stories. Orion can give a passionate speech when he's inspired. Ooh, that was fun to write. Can't wait for the next book. In the meantime, I guess I'll go re-listen and see what I missed because I know I didn't catch all the little hints and nuggets that have been left behind like breadcrumbs. Correct. There is a hint, by the way, that began in Soul Fraud. There's been a part of it in every single book, and there will be a big one in book 4 that nobody has gotten. Or if they have, they haven't told me. But I have been hinting at something since the very beginning. And when it comes out, you guys are going to lose your mind. Heart-pounding and thrilling. Sarah says, absolutely love this book. I'm waiting for the next book with bated breath. It was filled with so many awesome moments and continued the storyline beautifully. Anonymous says, the Constellation idea was amazing. I really like the Constellation idea. I really have never heard anything like it. I hope they make more books. I will, don't worry. Rye says this was the best book so far. The story is very intriguing, builds off the other stories well, but focuses on more of a hierarchy of the constellations and the Nephilim. This game is a lot more world building and I believe is setting up the next few books. I can't wait to see what will happen next, as so many doors have been opened and closed. Well, oh, don't worry. You guys are going to lose their minds. I'm so excited for that tax. All right, cool. I love it when a new book comes out. I really do. So, there we go. You guys were really nice to start Summit. I thought there was going to be at least one mean comment, but both the 2 mean reviews were just not that mean. That's not encouraging you to leave mean reviews, but it just means my ego is out of control. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Remember, the best way to get your reviews read is to leave a review. If you haven't left a review for these other ones, go bump them up. It really, really helps with Amazon and with selling and with people knowing. Listen, books are expensive, so you gotta know what's worth checking out. The best way to help me get more readers to be able to keep this series running as long as possible is to leave reviews so more people check it out. When book 4 comes out, don't forget to leave a review as early as possible. That really, really helps with the launch. We'll have more information about that soon. Go pre-order it on Audible and Kindle, and the physical copies will be available on launch day. And we'll talk to you guys real soon.